Hey y'all, Rick Sky here, and welcome to my DJI Neo for Beginners tutorial video. So you're new to DJI Neo, that's great. You found the best video, and I'm going to attempt to explain to everyone within this video, you're a beginner with DJI Neo, how to fly DJI Neo like a boss. So real quickly, my background, if you haven't subscribed to my channel already, please do so, but I've been flying drones since Phantom 1. I have not owned every DJI drone, but I've owned most. So I've had many years of experience with drones, and I've really enjoyed the drone hobby. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop in. One thing I would highly encourage everyone to do is to pick up a case for the DJI Neo. And you can find the case like I use, also the various DJI Neo bundles. Expand this video's description and then click the links there to find where to order it online. But it may better protect your DJI Neo while it's not in use, to and from the field, etc. So let's go ahead and pop out the DJI Neo here, and we're going to talk through some basics, you potentially and hopefully being a beginner, and that's great. Don't feel bad. Welcome to the hobby. The first thing you'll want to do obviously is charge your Neo. Now the DJI Neo is so I'm going to kind of bring it closer here. The DJI Neo has a USB-C, as in Charlie. See that USB-C port in the back. So it's easy to recharge, and it's easy to charge initially. You can plug it into your computer's USB port, and charge it from that. Most cars, most ATVs, most boats, they have a a USB charging port. And also, if you're out in the field, you can use a USB solar battery bank to charge your Neo while in the field. But as a beginner, the first thing you're going to want to do is, obviously out of the box, if the battery's not already attached, you'll want to attach the battery. It goes in with a reassuring snap sound and tactile feel. You'll want to fully charge your drone. Actually, that's the first thing I would do, is plug it in, let it start charging. Then you're going to need to go to your phone, whether you're Android or iPhone, and you'll need to go to the App Store. In my case, I'm using iPhone, and I will go into the App Store on iPhone, and I will download the app. The name of the app, at least at the time of filming this, is DJI Fly. That's Delta, Juliet, India, Foxtrot, Lima, Yankee, DJI Fly. So after you've downloaded the DJI Fly app, what you'll do after your drone is charged, and it may have a little bit of charge out of the box, is launch your DJI Fly app on your phone, and it'll step you through the initial setup. So you'll activate your DJI Neo drone with DJI. It'll probably have a firmware update, firmware being software update for the drone. So, new out of the box, it's highly likely that the firmware new out of the box is not the most current firmware. So be sure to download and install the latest DJI Neo firmware through your DJI Fly app. Once your DJI Neo's firmware has been updated, assuming there is an update. If there's not, it'll tell you there's not. Then you'll want to make sure it's fully charged. When your drone is fully charged, then you can start enjoying your drone. Now, obviously, it goes without saying, depending upon which country you're in, depending upon potential local regulations, make sure that you understand that. Make sure that you're in a safe, responsible, and permissible flying location. And if so, then you can start having fun. So the first thing you'll want to do is take off the camera protector. So you just push, and you can subscribe and check out my DJI Neo videos playlist. I've got a separate video where I show you up close how to detach the camera protector. You should never fly with the camera protector on. Why does DJI make this semi-transparent, meaning that you can kind of see through it? I don't know. If I was them, I would make these camera protectors a solid color, a bright color, maybe an orange or a red or a yellow, so it functions as a visual reminder to take it off prior to powering on your drone, and to take it off prior to flying. So anyway, that's a small gripe, but you know, this video, you know, I'm not going to breeze past any potential items of value for a beginner. Now the next thing, so you've got everything updated with your Neo. It's fully charged, you're in a safe and responsible flying location, and you've removed the camera protector. So now the question is, did you purchase a controller for your Neo or did you not? And the good thing is about Neo, you don't have to have a controller. You can fly DJI Neo using the virtual joystick within the app. And actually that's probably what I would recommend starting out. Number one, you can get into Neo for potentially a lesser price point because you're not having to buy the controller. And you can use the virtual controller in the app, and it behaves. And subscribe and check out my separate DJI Neo videos to see all of that in action. But it behaves from a control perspective just like a physical DJI controller. So learning it through the app, if you decide to purchase a controller in the future, it's easy to transition from virtual controller to physical controller. Now I'm not going to go into all the details, but the advantages to using a physical controller versus only your smartphone, you can get a little bit greater range. But as a beginner, I would highly encourage everyone to start out with only the app, use the virtual joysticks within the app, because that lesser range better ensures that your drone will likely stay within visual line of sight. Anytime you're flying a drone, you've got to maintain constant visual line of sight with that drone to be safe and responsible. And I am the drone evangelist, and I always practice and preach safe and responsible drone use. So I encourage everyone else to do the same. Be fellow drone evangelists. Practice and preach safe and responsible drone use. Because if we don't do that, this drone hobby may cease to exist. And that would be catastrophic. So yeah, I would start out with the controller. Use the virtual joysticks. The beauty of the virtual joysticks, like I said, it behaves just like a physical DJI controller. So you learn that. If you do need greater range in the future, and I mean, inevitably a physical controller is going to have, just by the nature of the design, is going to have better tactile feel. The physical controller, when if you tilt the camera down or tilt the camera up while you're flying, the knob on the physical controller makes controlling the camera a little bit smoother than using the virtual camera tilt up and camera tilt down virtual camera tilt button within the app. So like I said though, I highly recommend starting with only using the smartphone as the controller. Now, so to power on the drone, you do a tap and then a tap. So a short tap and then a long tap, and that'll power on the drone. And now you can fire up your DJI Fly app. It'll see the drone, and you're able to fly the drone at that point. So it's very easy to power on. Just remember, like I demonstrated there, it's a tap and then so it's a tap and then a tap, and you'll start to see the lights. It'll make a sound. The camera will move slightly, and you'll know that it's on. So that's how to power on the drone. Then within the app, I mean, you've got a virtual joystick. My best recommendation is to just play around with it. You know, you're obviously in a safe and responsible location, preferably an open field. Play around, familiarize yourself with flying the drone. You know, the right stick, the left stick. Once you've mastered all of that, then you can do the camera tilt up and the camera tilt down. You can film videos, you can snap photos. I mean, there's so much you can do while you're flying. So I mean, it's and like I said, I've got a ton of separate videos here in my DJI Neo videos playlist that demonstrate all of these pieces step by step. But this is just my DJI Neo beginners tutorial video, because you know, I want to explain all the things that's required. And I mean, it's pretty basic. I mean, you know, you've got a drone that's been updated, you've installed the app, you're in a safe and responsible flying location, you've got a fully charged battery, you know, you're good to go. And one of the best ways to learn DJI Neo is to just be in the field with it. You know, play around, become comfortable with the controls, and then once you do that, you know, after the initial beginner phase has come to a close and you're more confident with your Neo, then you can really dig into all of the really fancy features that Neo brings to the table. And within my DJI Neo's video playlist, I've outlined those cool things you can do with Neo. So like I said, subscribe to my channel, check out my DJI Neo videos playlist, and all of those topics I've broken down into separate videos. And my reason for doing that, I know there's a lot of videos, oh, you know, this is ultimate beginner's guide for Neo, blah blah blah, however they want to sell the idea. My approach is different. My approach is that you're watching this video, DJI Neo for Beginners video, how to fly DJI Neo like a boss. Well, the thing is, you've started here. You've found me. You've found this video. Now that you've found this video, subscribe and ring that bell, because what you can do now, like I said, just go into my DJI Neo videos playlist and you can find all of my DJI Neo videos. And I want to say this, and this is what makes my DJI Neo for Beginners video different. I openly encourage every one of y'all to ask questions and post comments below, because if I don't have a video addressing whatever question or comment yet, I need to film a video. So ask your questions, and I'll try my best to post a video response, to film a video response rather, and then post that within my DJI Neo video playlist. So think of my DJI Neo video playlist here on Iric Sky's Adventure channel where you're watching this, youtube.com/IricSky. Think of my DJI Neo video playlist as your one-stop shop for everything DJI Neo. That's my goal. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I have been flying drones since DJI Phantom 1, so I've got many years of experience with DJI drones. Tons of fun, been all over the world with my DJI drones. But, you know, I want to make it easy for everyone, and that's, you're a beginner. You've got DJI Neo. And maybe you don't have DJI Neo yet. If you're shopping for DJI Neo, the case like I use, the accessories, expand this video's description, and then click the links there to find where to order it online. But, you know, like I said, as a beginner, you got to make sure everything's charged, everything's updated, the firmware's updated, you've got your app installed, you're in a safe, responsible, safe and permissible flying location, preferably an open field. So as a beginner, if you do crash, hopefully it just lands in soft grass, and hopefully the drone will be okay. But you know, don't be afraid of drones. I mean, drones are, you know, you're new to this hobby. Well, you know, by going with DJI Neo, you've made a smart decision, because you've gone with a drone that, yes, it's very small, it's very lightweight, but the way that it's controlled feels the same as the larger and potentially more expensive DJI drones. So as a beginner, DJI Neo is a great choice. As a beginner, even after you've earned your experience, DJI Neo still may be the only drone you need. It's highly capable. But if you choose to upgrade to a larger, heavier, and more capable DJI drone in the future, from a camera quality perspective, wind performance perspective, all of that, at least by being a beginner and purchasing the DJI Neo, you became familiar with how to fly a DJI drone. So the feel of flying any other, I don't want to overgeneralize, but most any other DJI drone, the controls are going to feel pretty much identical. So you know, it's kind of like cars. I mean, every car, they got a steering wheel, they got brakes and an accelerator, but all cars feel a little bit different when you drive them. And that could be a truck, it could be an SUV, it could be a standard car, it could be a sports car, it could be an exotic car. The same concept, but completely different feel. So by starting with DJI Neo, like I said, it's a perfect way as a beginner to master flying DJI drones. And like I said, Neo may be all that you desire, but by starting with Neo, you're mastering how to fly DJI drones. So this is you know, we're going to get into the topics how to erase internal storage. So you've been filming videos with DJI Neo. How do you go in and delete those old videos after you've downloaded them? We're going to tackle all the topics. And like I said, if you don't see a video for it now, at the time of watching this in my DJI Neo video playlist, please ask, because I want to try to film that video and post that video here in the DJI Neo videos playlist. So welcome to the hobby. It's a wonderful hobby. You know, and like I said, as a reminder, I am the drone evangelist, and I always practice and preach safe and responsible drone use. I encourage y'all to do the same. So from day one, as a beginner with DJI Neo, be safe, be responsible, and tell everyone else. Because if we as a community of drone hobbyists don't, you know, not just practice, but preach. You got to preach. You got to preach the safety aspect of drones as well. Because if we don't do that, like I said, this hobby may cease to exist. And that would be catastrophic for everyone. So hope this video helped. And like I said, this is just my DJI Neo for Beginners video, but all of the various components are broken out into separate videos here on Irix Guy's Adventure channel, youtube.com/IrixGuy, DJI Neo videos playlist. So subscribe, ring that bell. Hey y'all, Irix Guy here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel, and when you do, ring that bell icon to be notified whenever I post another video. Thanks for your viewership, and y'all have a good day.